Good morning, everyone. Today we are gathered here to learn or to understand the research, because this is one of the very important topics for your NET exam, UGC NET exam. So in the UGC NET exam, you will be having 5 questions from this particular parts, which is 5 into 2 means 10 marks you will get. If you understand this topic, research aptitude very nicely, you can get 10 marks in your pocket. So how can you get, what kind of question will be asked in this video? We will be dealing with this. So are you ready? Yes. So let's start. So the first topic which is given by UGC, this is the one brief syllabus they given, but under this so many things we need to study. Brief syllabus for research and aptitude, research aptitude. So let's see what first one is explained here. The meaning of research. What is the actual meaning of research? We need to understand. And how can, like some books if you read or some on internet if you see, it comes read plus search. Okay, searching again and again. And what are the actual meaning, inner meaning, will be looking under this. Just in this class we will be understanding the syllabus. Then the types of research, what are the types are there under the research, like major research, like fundamental research, applied research, action research, then empirical research, diagnostic research, longitudinal research, historical research, and so on. So there are so many types of research are there, and which research is good for you, then we will be looking with those kind of research study. So we need to understand the types of research. From here, there maybe per year one questions minimum they used to ask, and last year also they asked one more questions from this particular types, like which type of research is, I don't know, what are the samples for this particular types of research, which sample methods will be good, whether random sampling, non-random sampling, cluster sampling, stratified sampling. So all this kind of concept will be looking under these types and sampling parts. Then if you go for the characteristics, the features of research, what the features must be for a good research, like it should be known to unknown, it should be easy to hard. So all these things we need to look under these characteristics, basic features. Positivism means here they call as Pratyakshaavad in Hindi. It's called Pratyakshaavad. If you like something is by the study kind of study is philosophical kind of study comes under this part, positivism. We will look in detail in later. Then explains here positivism. Positivism means something is clinically, okay, or scientifically proof. Scientifically can be proved. That is called the empirical study comes under positivism. So those kind of research approach we need to look for our first point. Okay, now I am only discussing the syllabus, how we should understand the syllabus and what kind of questions can be given, can be asked for us. So here next part, if you see the methods of research, what are the methods are there in the research purpose, like empirical research, scientific study, like you're taking data, pre and post data for any kind of test, maybe going for sample any human trial, animal trial, or any kind of trial. That is called as the empirical study, scientific study, okay, or clinical study also. Descriptive study, you are gathering in big data, very large data in a small points, you are giving some kind of descriptions, okay, descriptive study. Historical study means it's the study has been done long back, maybe 100 years back, 500, 600, whatever. You are getting the data, previous data, and you are making your secondary, you are collecting pre-data, which is called the secondary data, and you are applying for your study. That is called the historical research. We will be looking there, historical study. Then qualitative, the quality, like for example you are doing study on the memory, intelligence, emotions, all this place. So here you cannot get any kind of quantity, like number you cannot get. Here you will get quality, that is good, bad, very high state, get quality, motivations, okay, depression. So all this kind of qualitative study you can do. Then quantity, the number, previous BP was high, then later on BP become less. So this is called quantity, or you can take here quantity level subject also, 60 subjects or sample, your whatever your wish, 60, 70, 80, depends on your number, your study will be done. That is called the quantitative. So quantitative must be there. Then explain here the steps of research, different steps are there. For example, here they find out the research problem, some research problem. Then you can go for the review of literature, then hypothesis formations, and different processes are there. We will be looking one by one under the 7-8 steps are there. We can go for that. Then the thesis writing and articles, how can we writing our thesis, what are the methods are there to write the thesis, what is the proper procedures, that also we should know, which method we should apply for our reference purpose, either APA style or the Chicago style. Okay, Chicago style we can go for, or we can go for the AIP style. So different styles are there, which style is proper for our study, that also we should understand under this particular point. Okay, reference style that I already mentioned. Then application of ICT in research. ICT means information and communication technology. How can we apply that on our research? Like for example, to explore any kind of e-portal. Okay, if you don't know the site, internet and your laptop, how to use that, you cannot do that work. So e-portal or any kind of e-resources, or if you want to give some kind of pre and post data analyzing purpose, some using some software, so you should know the ICT also very nicely. You should have some good knowledge, and the checking the plagiarism also, that purpose, grammar, so all these things purpose we should know very nicely about the ICT. Then the research and ethics. Ethics means the naitikata, what thing we should follow, like honesty must be there, okay, truthfulness must be there, it should be concise. Okay, so these things we need to follow during a research. So these are the brief one syllabus given by NTA, UGC NET. So we should understand the syllabus thoroughly. Then what kind of question can be asked, we will be looking. So let's see. So let's see questions. There are one question is, let me change the color once, then we can get the answer. See, if you read the question here explained. So now we are looking on sampling questions. What kind of question can be asked here? See, the research that aims at immediate application. Immediate. See, this is what given the answer. Immediate applications. See, application must be there. Whether you're doing immediate or later on or after some times, that's not the deal. Here the question asks here immediate. So the part is asking immediate. For example, in classroom, some students is making you disturb or disturbing. What you should do? You should take the decision quickly. You cannot take, yes, tomorrow I will take the decision. No. That's called immediate application. Where it will be there? It comes under action research. Okay. Empirical research is the scientific study. You cannot do scientific study under that. The behavior of the students, all these things. No. And conceptual study means any kind of concept, fundamental study given, that kind of you cannot do, and fundamental you cannot do. Here only applicable is action research. Quickly you should take the decision at a particular point. Okay, so this kind of question you need to understand. If you come to second question, the ex post facto research. See, the word stands for the ex means it's already done. Post facto, facto means the factors. What are the factors? Depends. Your studies depends on what are the factors. So post facto means after the fact happened. So means it's already happened and you are realizing that topic later on. So what will come? See, the research is carried out after the incident. See, this will be the point. The research, any kind of research is there, that is can be carried out after you study. For example, after the incident. For example, 100 years back, 200 years back, something happened. Or today, if you take today, Corona is going on. After 50 years, someone will do study on that. So he will be doing study on ex post facto. Already that things is going on. After 50 means 2070 he will be doing study. So that time that research will become the ex post facto research. Means the incident already happened 2020-22 that time, and he is doing study in 2050. So already 30 years back. So that is called the post facto, because already posted. Okay. Now third question, if you see a research paper is brief report of research work base. Our research paper is a brief report. So you no need to give the all report. Brief report means overall report should be there. So what the research work based on? Primary data, the data should be primary, secondary, primary or secondary both, or none of this. Here the abstract what will be, see, before doing any kind of study you should have the pre and post data, then only you can analyze whether it is effective or not. So to brief conclude this, you should have the pre and post side, means the third option will be the right. So this question you should know. Next, if you come to this point, the authenticity of a research finding, it is authenticity. Your research, how much authentic? How can you prove this? Originality, yes, it must be there. Originality should be there, because there is no cut paste, no copy paste, nothing. Validity, yes, it should be valuable for the society. Objectivity must be clear. What is the output for the society, for you, for your field? All of the above. Yes, all of the above would be the right. Everything is correct. So here all of the above is right answer. Okay, this way you need to understand questions. Next question, if you see the research can be conducted by a person who, what he did, he had studied the research methodology, okay, holds a postgraduate degree, okay, postgraduate degree is enough, okay, possesses thinking and real ability, is a hard worker. No, see in this 4 option, what the option is given, see if you see the last one, is a hard worker, whether it is possible, the hard worker, a farmer also, a truck driver also, no, he cannot do study. Okay, it's a scientific process, it takes time. He don't have the time, he does not have the time to spend for that. He cannot do research. He can do his work. See, process of thinking and reasoning ability. See, if you have the already thinking and reasoning ability, can you do the research? No. Okay, you can become a scientist, but you cannot do research. It may be a small boy can think high, he can reasoning level, he can do good in 5 standard, 10 standard also. Whether he can go for study? No. Hold a postgraduate degree. The postgraduate person can do research? Yes, he can do. But at the same time, if you see this question, in the previous options, had studied the research methodology. The person who studied the research methodology, he only can go. This is the appropriate answer. Because you will be having for first 6 months course work, CW will be there. After 6 months only you can give the synopsis, your main synopsis. Then only you can continue your study. So the 6 months you should know about the research. That's why only they conduct the exam, course work we say. So here the first option will be the right, because he should study the research methodology. That is called course work. Research methodology, course work. See, if we see the one more question is there, explanation here. So below the left table and right table. Okay, we need to match here. Set 1 and set 2. See, experimental methods, ex post facto method, and descriptive survey method, historical method. Okay, and this side using primary and secondary resources, questionnaires, standardized sets, test, and then typical characteristics test. If you see the first option is empirical methods. Empirical means already told the scientific study. Okay, clinical study. So it should be a using primary. No, it may be correct, but the appropriate answer will be questionnaire. Questionnaire not needed, may not be needed for the experimental. Standard test. Test must be there here. Okay, one should be, A must be 3. See how it should be 3. The empirical study I already told it should be based on the clinical, and clinic based on the different kind of test. It may be blood test, hormone test, urine test, any other test. So yes, test must be standard, not low level. So automatically we are getting A is equal to 3. Is there options? A is equal to 3? Yes, this option we are getting here. Still we will be looking the one more exception. See, you don't go for the correction 1 by 1 to match this. See, A you got the match. Again, don't go for the B match quick. Go after A making matching. Go for the D1. The D is making, C is making, then go for the B. First you should make, then go from below. See, historical method. Historical means already mentioned. Historical can be done with the primary and secondary sources. If you see a descriptive survey method, descriptive it will be done with the questionnaires only. Descriptive we already discussed in last questions. Because descriptive is very vast data, very big data. So how can you take the data pre and post? By using the questionnaires. You will be giving some set of questions and you will be taking some data. For example, the sales of a particular company, salary of a particular company, all these things can be asked by a questionnaire. Again, there will be some drawback is there. So by looking this kind of things, we are getting question of answer number 2. Next question come here. Which of these sets of activities best indicates the cyclic nature of a action research strategy? Cyclic method, see, cycling nature. Cycling means it moves like a cycle. Start to end, it moves. How? Reflects, observe, plan, acts. No. First, you should have a good plan to do any kind of study. You are planning to do study on cancer. So, you should have one proper plan. 3 months, 6 months, 10 months. So, that plan should be there. So, plan will come first, wherever it is. So, the plan is here. Okay, then you have to take the action. The proper action should be there. Means act. How should you behave according to your plan? Then observe. You need to collect the data and you need to observe that, analyze that, then reflect, and you need to put the output there. So this way questions will be asked in your exam and you need to give the proper judgment for those kind of questions. Sometimes question may be easy and difficult also, but once you clear full course, whatever I'm going to teach you, discuss with you, it will be very easy to give the answer. We will be going very deeply with good example. Okay. So yes, today I will not go much more. Today is the first class, just the introductory class. So I am Amiya. We are giving the training for first paper now, research methodology. We already completed regarding the ICT. You can go for ICT related. Or if you are a yoga students, you can go for my channel, definitely Yogadhi. And for any much more inquiry, you can contact me with this mail. So thank you very much. Till that, bye bye. Have a good day.